Recognizing generational trauma isn't just about awareness. It's about setting the stage so real steps can be taken towards healing. If you've been stuck in patterns that don't really feel like your own, you're in the right place. Today, I'm covering 3 proven strategies for healing from generational trauma that have helped countless amounts of lives, including those of my own clients. I'm not wasting any time. Let's get into it. The first strategy is recognizing self-discipline as self-care. Healing needs to start with stability, not being extra hard on yourself and striving for perfection, but balance. Our bodies crave stimulation during the day and rest during the evening. Our minds crave growth and knowledge during the waking hours and peace and calm at night. To better understand this, let's imagine you've been trying to rebuild a home that's been passed down for generations. You've been plastering, trying to bolster the joists, but nothing really seems to make the house sturdy. And then suddenly you realize you've been trying to rebuild on an uneven foundation. So what we would need to do is take it back to the basics and build a solid one first. To pull this out of the metaphor, maybe you've been living in a bit of a chaotic routine, staying up to whatever hours, doing whatever, and there's no real structure or direction in your life, and you're always pouring from an empty cup. This is going to leave you constantly distressed and much more likely to fall back into old familiar patterns. So maybe start by trying to introduce a morning routine. Start by making your bed, followed by 10 minutes of journaling, and then a brief walk. And notice how your sense of control returns, usually pretty quickly. Self-discipline in this light is like being your own loving guardian, someone who shows up no matter what to create consistency in a world that feels chaotic otherwise. Strategy 2, write your own story. Generational trauma can feel like inheriting a script that you didn't write but keep reciting. This strategy is about breaking free from that narrative. We need to actually question, what is it we want out of life? We live in an age of abundance. Our ancestors would have given anything to have the opportunities that so many of us take for granted. So think about what you want, and then think about the excuses you've been making for not going for it, and learn to challenge it. How do you want your story to unfold? So for example, if you were raised in a family where staying safe meant keeping small, be bold. Book a solo trip to a place you've never been, not to escape, but to explore who you are outside of those expectations. Think of it like stepping off a well-worn path and into the woods. You won't know exactly where it leads, but every step forward is a declaration, this is my life now. Stop doing things just because other people want you to, do them because you want to. Okay, strategy 3, and bear with me, this is going to be a controversial one. Forgive your parents. I know many of you are going to be scoffing and rolling your eyes at this one, and I get it. It's hard, but this one is transformational. Let's try this. Picture yourself holding a heavy suitcase, packed with resentment, anger, unanswered questions. Now imagine placing it down. What would it be like to no longer have that heavy burden consuming so much of your energy every day? When we choose to carry around our grudges and not let it go until someone has apologized or made amends, it puts all your power to heal in that person's hands. Forgiveness isn't about saying what they did is okay, it's about taking your power back to heal. A client once told me, I finally saw my father not just as a man who hurt me, but as a boy who was never shown love. And that shift didn't erase his pain, it wasn't suddenly okay, but it gave him clarity. Forgiveness in this context is more about letting go of the story that they couldn't finish or wouldn't finish writing. Look, healing generational trauma is very brave work. It's not always fast or pretty, but these strategies offer a grounded, powerful place to start. And here's the thing, when you heal, you don't just change your life, you change what's possible for those around you. I'd love to hear from you, please. If this resonated with you, tell me in the comments below. Thanks for checking in with me, being courageous enough to heal, and I'll see you at the next check-in.